Coming up in this episode, we're going to discuss our favorite quick service restaurants at Universal, as well as our favorite table service restaurants from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. This is the Universal edition of The Diz Unplugged. This is episode 122 of the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. The Diz Unplugged Universal Edition is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. I am your host, Craig Williams, and today I am joined alongside by my co-host, Mr. Ryno Clavin.
Well, hello.
Hey Ryno, how are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing very good.
Okay, good. Now, your sports fan get up.
Yes.
Is there a game on today?
Today is, well, when we're recording this right now, we are recording this Monday afternoon, and it is opening day for the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, okay,
which are
opening
my
day. All right.
number one team. So you will notice a lot of people, if you're out and about, wearing baseball stuff because it's baseball season. It started.
I only acknowledge the Red Sox, so.
That's fine. We all have problems.
Fine.
So.
That was for you, chat, because I know if you were here, you'd be asking about it.
Yes, they would. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure most people just assume you don't like sports.
I like.
You're one of those.
Oh, Lord.
You're one of those ones. But that's not what we're here to talk about as much as we want to. Because, well, if you're listening to this, you have no idea what we're even really talking about. But we have a really great episode, I think, for you this week. No news has really broken. Broken? Is that one? Yeah, no news has broken.
Bracken.
That's what I'll say. Since the last episode that we put on. So this may be a little bit on the looser side of episode, but a lot of good things to talk about because we are going to discuss. Overall, I believe we're going to give you our 6 favorites in terms of dining at Universal Orlando. So all the time.
I did
You
4
have 5.
and 4.
You did 4 and 4?
I thought that's what you told me.
I thought we did 5 and 5.
I did so much homework. Oh, I didn't do enough homework.
Okay. Well, we'll figure out the number when it's all said and done. How many we actually have.
I lied. I did what you told me, 5 and 5. I'm sorry. There was a page break, yeah.
We did 5 and 5, except 4 of our choices aligned.
Yeah.
And then I have a choice that I would have put in my top 5. You had a choice that you would have put in your top 5 for both of them. And so, we have 6 total that are our recommendations. We hear about this all the time, people wanting to know what we actually recommend. So we are not only going to give you the restaurants that we think you should eat at, but then we're going to give you our standout food items at that restaurant as well, too. So, Ryno.
Yeah.
Should we start this off with quick service or table service?
I think we should do quick service first.
Quick service?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to let you take the honors. Let's do it. We'll save our ones that don't match up for last.
Did you I just put mine, I wrote like 5 down.
Oh,
I didn't put them in order.
No,
Do you want me to do
order.
them in
Just just our 5
So
favorites.
obviously I feel like the obvious 2 favorite, I'm going to say one of the 2 right now. 3 broomsticks
Yeah, absolutely.
in Hogsmeade at Islands of Adventure. And my favorite item to get there, or the item I find I'm getting the most, it seems a little boring, but it's decently made. The rotisserie smoked chicken platter, which is $12.99 and served with corn on the cob and roasted potatoes. I also like to, not an honorable mention, but my drink of choice in this establishment, I didn't do this for all of them, but pumpkin fizz is something that you can kind of, I don't know if you can get this in Diagon Alley. I don't think you can. I think it's only in Hogsmeade, but it's $4.49 and it is like pumpkin juice, but with carbonation in it. So it's kind of like pumpkin soda, I guess, but it's not soda, but fantastic. Both the things I normally get when I'm there.
Yeah. So I also agree. This is one that we both would say is in the top 5 of the best. With my choice on it, I actually go for the shepherd's pie that comes alongside the garden salad. However, I will say I have gone where I've had times where it's only been just average. But the shepherd's pie, ground beef, lamb, vegetables, all topped with potatoes, really delicious. That costs $12.49. It's just always a go-to good item. It's not really great on hot days. On a hotter day, if I was to eat at Three Broomsticks, I would probably choose fish and chips, which is very stereotypical, but it's also still delicious. But really, I've never had a truly terrible thing at Three Broomsticks.
No,
I think,
yeah.
it's
Everything's been good.
It's a mixture. The food's amazing. The theming inside is perfect. It just another example of why the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is themed unlike any other place in the world. It's an absolute joy, and yeah, I think it is definitely a must-do in terms of quick service dining.
Well, that's why I have the other one on here too, is because
might as well just cover that.
It reaches the same bar of quality as
Okay.
well, which is the Leaky Cauldron, located in Diagon Alley. Yes, in Universal Studios, Florida.
Yeah.
Yes. My favorite thing to get there. See, this one's a little harder, because this one is one where I like to skip around on the menu.
Yeah.
But I find the thing I've probably had the most is either the bangers and mash or the banger pub style sandwich. They're both $12.49, but the bangers and mash comes with roasted English sausage, creamy mashed potatoes, oven roasted tomatoes, sautéed onions and cabbage, minted peas, and onion gravy. The sandwich is a roasted English sausage, mustard aioli, roasted tomatoes, sautéed cabbage, and onions on a crusty baguette served with wedge fries. So when I'm feeling like I don't want the fries, I get the bangers and the mash.
Yeah, I also agree with this one. In terms of the theming of the restaurant, everything that works at Three Broomsticks is then taken to the next level inside the Leaky Cauldron. Even if you're not eating there, you just have to walk in and see the cathedral. Well, yes, the cauldron with a crack in it, hence why it's leaking. But the cathedral style ceilings in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like that restaurant just keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah.
And there's a brilliant use of forced perspective over top of where you actually order that makes the entire restaurant feel so much larger and massive than it really is.
I
And
just
yes,
love the feeling in there.
Yeah.
It's got a good vibe.
Oh, it's got a great vibe, and one of the best parts of both this and Three Broomsticks that I enjoy the most is that it's not a free for all for seating. So when you actually, when you order in this restaurant in particular, when you order, they give you your candlestick that is your sign to, okay, well, this is the food's going to come to here. They don't just hand your food over right away like they do at other quick service locations. You'll go sit down, and most of the time they'll ask your party how big it is, and then they will seat you in a certain place, and then your food will eventually make it to your table, usually very, very quickly. So it's not like giant cafeteria style. Like you have to figure out the best seat.
Yeah.
Which is the ideal area. But yeah, I will agree with you. My favorite dish to get here is the bangers and mash.
I do have a little bit of a side item that I think we've split this before too. When we go, is you can get a Scotch egg on the side.
Yes.
So that's always
the Scotch egg is also
not listed on the menu as being like a side item, but don't be afraid to ask about that sort of stuff. But I also have a drink that I like here too. Now, I didn't do this for all of them, but there are some places that are in my list that I feel like you need to have an experience with multiple things. And the Otter's Fizzy Orange Juice, I'm a fan
I know
of
you
that.
love that.
$4.99, a little orange with the cinnamon sugar around the rim and a little bubbly.
Yeah, and of course
Not alcoholic bubbly, it just bubbles.
You can get all of the specialty drinks, the Potter specialty drinks here, the tongue-tying lemon squash, the fishy green ale, the peach tree fizzing tea, and all those specialty drinks will cost $4.99. And of course, you can still get your butter beers there too. So
Got to get your butter beer powdered cream there.
Yeah, they have
dessert.
And that is absolutely fantastic. And I also have to give a shout out to Leaky Cauldron for their breakfast, which I've had from maybe 2 or 3 times now, and it's always enjoyable.
I haven't had breakfast there yet.
Yeah, I will say their breakfast is very overpriced. We're talking $16.99.
Oh wow.
For it. I've only eaten breakfast there with discounts or part of like a free breakfast options like that. So I think only one time I paid full price for it, so that's also kind of skewing it. But they have their traditional English breakfast, which is very nice, and the egg leek and mushroom pasty. I always say that wrong. Pasty.
Yeah, pasty goes on
I'm gonna hear it a million times again. I'm sorry. I'm not from the United Kingdom. I say things Craig way. But yeah, it's a really solid breakfast option at Universal, which there aren't many.
Yeah.
So it is definitely something to give a shot if you are in there. Ryno, let's move along. That's 2 of our 5 quick services, 2 of the 6 technically.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you have this one on yours too, which is the Simpsons area, the fast food.
Yes and no.
Oh, okay.
Yes and no.
You don't have
go
one?
ahead.
Okay, well, it's specifically in the fast food
Boulevard.
I like if you saw a vlog that Craig and I did recently, which was us dining at Springfield. I like the Mother Nature burger from Krusty Burger, and that's $11.49. It's a 3rd-pound black bean burger topped with guacamole and tomato on a specialty bun with crusty fries and a pickle spear. I like to follow that on down with a Duff Light. So those are my 2 things that I would like to get there.
Yeah, no, I do enjoy Fast Food Boulevard, even though the last time we ate there, if you
had
watched that
questionable
vlog,
choices.
yes, I did the ribwich, which
It's an interesting color gray.
yeah, if I could take it back, I probably would not have done that. But overall, as I believe I said in that vlog and other places, I typically do enjoy eating at Fast Food Boulevard, and my go-to, I know, I said fast poo. It's great.
Well, that's what it was
Fast
after
poo.
that ribwich sandwich.
That is what it was. I typically enjoy Fast Food Boulevard, but and if I did have to get something from there, it would be the chicken and waffle sandwich. I love that one. I would always go to that. But
is that one at Cletus's?
That is at Cletus's Chicken Shack.
I should have said before I got started about how it's broken up into it's into Lisa's Tea Tree or Tea House of
Horrors.
Horrors and Luigi's Pizza.
Yes.
Cletus's Chicken Shack.
Yeah.
Krusty Burger.
Yeah.
And then the little bar on the side, right?
Well, that's a Flaming Moe. You also forgot about the seafood.
Oh, I can't remember. What's the name of that one? The Captain's oh my goodness. In Universal Hollywood, they have it actually broken up into the separate places, and then they have 1 or 2 extra places. So I remember I can't remember what it's called, but I remember the logo and it's the Captain.
Yeah,
You looking it up?
I'm trying to. But while you look that up, because that was your saying in that, I will actually I will stay in the Springfield area, but I'm going to move outside and go to Bumblebee Man's Taco Truck.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Which that has let me down way less often compared to inside of
It's my go-to at Halloween Horror Nights. It was my rescue.
Yeah. I don't know why I was stumbling across what I was trying to say there, but I've just had more better meals in there. Why can't I speak today?
Frying Dutchman.
That's it, Frying Dutchman.
There it is.
Yeah, so that is the seafood one inside Fast Food Boulevard. Recently, the taco truck has added the nachos, which I haven't had yet, so I can't speak on that. But I love the tacos here. They right now on the menu they have Korean beef, carne asada, chicken. They used to have a fish taco, which was amazing, but the go-to one on here is the Korean beef taco.
Yeah, I've had that.
$7.99 served with chips. You have the option to add on like guacamole or salsa with it. And I always do the guacamole with it. It never lets me down, and $7.99 is a great price.
It's 2 tacos or 1?
2 tacos.
2 tacos.
Yeah. So what I'll do, if I'm there with someone else, like I ate there with my dad when we were in Hollywood, their version of it, we were able to split 2 different,
nice.
2 different dishes of tacos.
Idea.
So we got a little bit of each. It's a really great price for the food there, high quality, really, really good. And usually it's not super busy. So
yeah,
because like when you go into Fast Food Boulevard, since it's all together but different pop-up stands, there's still one line to wait in, and it can get very
nice
long.
Little seating area outside, right behind, along the water behind the Duff Bar and the area over there too to grab a seat.
Yeah, so that is that is one of my favorites. So I think we have one more in common now.
Oh, I don't know which one it's
In
going to be.
City Walk.
Yeah, it's at both of my next two are at City Walk.
Yeah, and I like both of them, but we'll talk about the one we definitely have in common for our list, and that is Breadbox.
Yes.
So
I
this
like a good sandwich.
Yeah, this was a huge surprise for me because Breadbox, when it first opened up, I did not like it. I thought it was subpar and that it was below.
I remember you saying this, and I didn't go there for a while after.
It was below standards compared to everything else Universal was doing, especially because this is one of their own creations. It just wasn't on the level. I don't know what they did to change. I don't know if it was opening, getting used to it. Yeah. But ever since the first time I tried it, every time I've gone back, I've had a wonderful meal. All the sandwiches, when I first went there, the sandwiches didn't come with French fries, the side at all.
Oh, it's just a sandwich.
Yeah, it was just a sandwich. I think that was a problem too. Yeah, and now they come with either fries or tater tots. But there are so many good sandwiches on the menu. They have melts. And so those are your hot ones with lots of cheese on there, making everything really good.
I like the style of the interior too. It's got all the lunch boxes, but then also some of the tables have like the porch swings you can sit in.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting, very colorful.
Yeah.
Lots of blues and oranges, and it just feels very clean. Unless a tour group goes tearing through right before you get there and dirties the place all up. But when I go to Breadbox, I would absolutely have to say that my favorite thing to get there, which it's kind of
mine's a plain thing.
It's not plain. It's more classic. I like the patty melt there, which is essentially a style of hamburger. A play on that, but
that's kind of the place you get it at. It's got that old town like feel to it. I don't know, probably because it has all those like workman lunch boxes.
I don't know. It's just something about it is delicious. That's $10.99. Kylie always gets the veggie there, and she swears by that. And then I just have to throw it in. They do have the deli sandwiches too that I mentioned that are cold deli sandwiches, but still giant and delicious, and their egg salad sandwich is good. So good.
Yeah,
so
it's one
good.
of the few places I'll eat an egg salad sandwich that isn't my house.
Yeah,
because sometimes you just some people use what's the thing that's mayonnaise but it's not mayonnaise.
Miracle Whip.
I almost said Cool Whip. Yeah, Miracle Whip, and I'm like, ugh, I don't know. But I go like on the menu, my go-to simple thing, turkey sandwich.
Yeah,
it's good. But you can like kind of customize your sandwich a little bit too if you want. Swap out the cheeses, do what you need to do to it.
Do you do the hot turkey or do you do just the regular deli turkey?
I like to do a hot one because I feel like when I'm ordering a sandwich somewhere, it should always be toasted or warm.
Okay.
I just feel like, I don't know, I can make a cold sandwich any day of the week at my house.
That is true. That's very true.
That's what makes it special, is because somebody heated it up for me.
Very good. So why don't we just stay in City Walk? We'll talk about your other favorite quick service option there.
The Hot Dog Hall of Fame.
Yes, the Hot Dog Hall of Fame.
Which today they'd have one themed after your Chicago Red.
Chicago Reds.
Pennsylvania Reds.
Yeah.
North Dakota Red.
You're really upsetting me right now.
I told you, unless it's in Boston or New England, I don't really know.
It's the Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati, which is located on 3. We'll say it at the same time.
Are you serious? I'm really concerned you're being serious right now.
I cannot remember off the top of my head where.
Ohio.
Just testing you. Ohio. They do not have a hot dog for you at this place.
No, they don't.
But my go-to hot dog when it's these are all the hot dogs here are all themed to ballparks, right? Is it ballparks or is it areas?
Areas, but a lot of them like the dog and the ballpark dog and the area go hand in hand.
Because the Boston one's not called like Fenway or anything, so I wasn't sure. But the Chicago dog for me is usually, when I'm going somewhere and I order a hot dog, that's what I get, minus the relish, because relish is disgusting. So you get the hot dog with a side, and it's $9.99. The Chicago dog, and then what I like too is they have it's just this like hot dog place that's kind of built in the loop where you can go back by the Universal store that's in City Walk with all the souvenir area, and like as you're circling up into where the clubs are. It's built on the edge, so it's got all these like cool seats that look like you're in a
Yep, they're actual
arena.
It looks like a stadium, a baseball stadium, and they're
I'm thinking
actually
of the Milwaukee one's got the thing that
they're seats that are from the stadiums itself too. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, you can actually go and sit in your a seat from your favorite team stadium.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, and this is right here on my list too. If we did a larger list, this would definitely make it on too.
We love a good hot dog.
I do. There's a lot of variety of hot dogs. This is the go-to place. I'm sad that they don't have Dodger dogs on here. I think they did when it first opened up, but those are absolutely.
Well, they also
amazing,
have the different types of mustard. I like.
do,
So it's
yeah.
all the different from the different places. So that's cool.
Yeah, but
Nice
no,
touch.
there's definitely something there for every fan of a hot dog. So I like the Washington one, the dog with the buffalo sauce, coleslaw, blue cheese dressing.
See, I don't like buffalo and I don't like blue cheese, but I like the idea of the coleslaw.
I hate everything about you. But yeah, so that is another great option at City Walk if you are looking for a quick service meal. Mine, I'm going to give a shout out to my favorite quick service in the hotels. And, you hear me talk about it all the time, the Bayliner Diner over at Cabana Bay Beach Resort. It just so many options. The food quality is high no matter what time when you go. Still, rest in peace, tuna noodle casserole. We miss you dearly and wish you would be back. But the braised brisket grilled cheese sandwich that is there
that sounds good.
is out of this world. $9.80, served with chips, pasta salad, or fresh fruit. This has replaced the tuna noodle casserole for me, and that I have to get this basically every single time I go now. It's very close to getting something at Bread Box, so there's not a lot of difference there. But something about eating this sandwich in Cabana Bay in that massive food court with that 50s, 60s vibe to it, it feels like I'm growing up in a different time.
Yeah,
and
I like
really
when they
love
play
it.
all the old commercials.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
do
favorite
too.
part.
I do too. So yeah, that is our
That's the quick service. Yeah.
6 quick service recommendations that we would give plus 1 food item. So shall we move on to our table service? Yes.
I'm going to start on the lower end of mine for this one.
Oh, okay.
Because I know the other one wasn't in order, but I want to
Yeah.
save the best for later. Oh, no. I don't know. I'm just going to go
I
right
still
into
don't
it.
have an order on this one, but
Okay, then I'm just going to start where I wrote.
Okay.
NBC Sports Grill and Brew.
absolutely.
It's a great place for basically anybody that you have going to dine with you, because it's like normal food, like normal kind of bar food,
Yeah.
but elevated to make it a little more creative. So like the thing I put down was the Cuban meatloaf sandwich, or it just said Cuban meatloaf on the thing, but it's a hot pressed brisket meatloaf, ham, Swiss cheese, pickles, mustard, and Cuban bread. That's one of my favorite things to get there. That's $13.95. And then I actually wrote, like, because it's kind of like what you're in the mood for. Because there's also a really good ahi tuna crunch salad that's $15.95, and they do really, really good burgers there.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed the California burger, which was $14.95. So that, and you can get the tots or the fries, and I feel like it's pretty decently priced, but it's also like everything feels fresh and like well prepared.
Yeah. Oh, you said it perfectly when you said it's bar food elevated.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it absolutely is. And I think you would be hard pressed to find something here or to find nothing on the menu that you're going and looking for. It basically covers everything from soup, salad, sandwiches. The appetizer menu alone has like 20 items on it. It's massive.
Gotta get that big pretzel.
Oh, see, you like the pretzel. I go for the develed eggs every time.
I know you do.
I love
those
deviled eggs. It's $7.95. You can't beat
Little
them.
dash of sriracha on those. They still do that? Is that what's on it?
If a little bit of the paprika too. If I knew or if I didn't know how terrible that many eggs are for you, I probably wouldn't eat them all in one sitting. But I absolutely. I love them. I eat them every single time I'm there. I don't know a time that I've gone there. They have added poutine.
I saw that today, and I was like, I don't remember this before. That wasn't there before, right?
That wasn't
Definitely
there
not? 'Cause
before.
we got cheese curds. I knew we got something with cheese.
They
That's
have
what
had the fried cheese curds there, but they added the poutine. So I need to go.
I lied. I've had the poutine there. I
it
did
good?
go and had it. Yeah, and it was super good.
Yeah, I need to check it out. I'll let them know if they have good poutine.
Well, you are the poutine expert.
I am. If I opened up one restaurant, it would be a poutine. A Putin. That's right, you
Putin's poutine.
yeah, you go and hang out with good old Vladdy and eat your poutine. So
Have your Russian cheeses.
a poutineery. Yeah, so that I need to check out that. But my favorite entree here that I absolutely love is the Bang Bang Chicken. $14.95. It's kind of got curry, peanut, chili, coconut, sautéed vegetables, jasmine rice with chicken. It's sweet, spicy. It's just really good. I don't know what else to say about it, and then the portions are still so massive here.
I feel like you pretty much, like, I'm not judging anybody who eats it all because I normally eat like a good portion of it, but I feel like most of these items that you get, especially the entree area, it's like you've got yourself this and lunch tomorrow.
I do. This is one place where I almost always walk out with it to go. And that doesn't happen very often. And then just an honorable mention there to the big banana cake that we got. Only the one time we went and reviewed it there, but the massive 7-layer banana cake
Big banana cake.
Big banana
It
cake.
just sounds funny.
Hey, that's what it was. It
It's
was
good.
a
It could feed
freaking
a
big
family of
banana
17
cake.
easily.
Yeah, 17 bananas in there, 19 layers of cake.
Yeah, it was just
Banana
ridiculous.
flavored cake, banana flavored cream, caramel. It's just, we need to do that again.
Yeah. I'm just realizing how long it's been since I've had it now that you're describing it too. And it's like you can taste it again now.
It was not last year's HHN, but the other one.
Oh
the
my
year before
gosh.
that. Yeah,
That's
it's been a
crazy.
long time. I think we need to do the big banana challenge.
And what does that involve?
Just one person eats the big banana cake by themselves.
Okay. I didn't know if there was like another banana thing we're gonna get, like
Nope, that's it.
somewhere along the way. Okay,
Just that one.
just that.
Big banana challenge. So let's talk about another restaurant, maybe another one in City Walk that we enjoy, that we talk about all the time, that we'll bring up again.
Okay, Toothsome.
Okay.
Toothsome. I feel like this is, for me, one of the most creative dining places in Orlando, I think, period. Because, I mean, it's elevated beyond just theme park food. It's really creative food, period, I think. But it's the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. I can't remember the entire
And
name.
Savory Feast Kitchen.
And Savory Feast Kitchen, all steampunk themed and all, chocolate themed. Now, the item I put down here for me as a must-have, obviously the milkshakes. You got to try the milkshakes. But I wrote the French toast patty melt. Have you had this yet?
I haven't. No.
$12.95. It's on our favorite type of bread. Can you guess? Challah bread. Challah bread, half
Baruch.
pound. Baruch bun. No. Challah bread, half pound house made fresh hamburger patty, sunny side up egg, grilled pork belly, cheddar cheese, and Lyonnaise potatoes. I wasn't sure what to expect. This was on my second or third time I went there, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this thing. It's kind of different sounding. It is super good.
Yeah.
It's very creative. And again, we talked about portions at NBC. The portions at Toothsome are huge. So this is a shareable item. I would definitely recommend this. And I think what you're going to recommend is actually also on my list. So I'm going to let you take that one.
What did you think I was going to recommend?
A crepe.
Yes, I was going to
Because
recommend
I was
going to
recommend the one we had when we opened.
Yeah, no. We had the berries and cream one when it
so good.
opened.
Oh, God, so good.
And it was absolutely delicious. One of the events that I went to, I believe I had, or maybe I just got it a different time I went, but the ham crepe there. And I like a good savory crepe. I do like sweet crepes, but I also really enjoy savory crepes, and it was just really good. And I love the fact that this has a brunch menu.
Yeah, that you can just get all the time. Because I had that. I had that French toast at like 9 p.m.
Yeah. And that's what sets it apart for me. I mean, the other food items are great. When I was there for the media event, they let us have the beef filet mignon Oscar, which was like just out of this world. It was so good, but I'm a big breakfast fan, and so to have brunch items as an all day thing That's where it sets it apart for me. Something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of our favorite places that we talk about all the time,
I feel like you keep saying that. You said that twice.
I know, and I will keep saying it because it's the stuff we literally talk about all the time. Yet for some reason, people still ask us what our recommendations are.
Yeah, and it's funny too because these are like places we go when we're like, "Oh, what'd you do?" Well, last night, yeah, I went and grabbed a drink here last night. And you're like, "Yeah, of course I did."
So, number 3, in no order, the cowfish.
It is actually my number 3 on here.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
There
It
you
not
go.
is my
No,
number
no.
3, but it's the third thing listed.
Yeah.
But yeah, cowfish for
Cowfish.
sure.
So the mixture of sushi, burgers, burgushi, really
Baruch buns.
yeah, baruch buns. So the story on that one, which that video isn't out yet, but we took Steve here, and to do a special segment, and he was reading the ingredients for one of the burgers, and he says
Brioche on
yeah.
it. BRIOC, however you spell brioche, and he's just
Yeah.
like stops and he's like, a baruch bun?
a baruch bun.
And we're like, what? How is it spelled? BRIO. Okay, well, first of all, there's no burr.
Where'd you get baruch from that? But so that's why you'll hear us saying that from time to time. But yeah, this restaurant can be a little bit loud. Service can be a little bit slow and uneven. But when the food is good here,
Oh, yeah.
it is some of the best things you will ever eat.
I
Without
think
a
we're
doubt.
going to have to mention a drink here, too.
Oh yeah, no, we can
Because this
we'll
is
mention it all.
really, really creative. Really, the current trend right now seems to be like that that resurgence of classic cocktails or
Yeah.
cocktails that take attention to care to
Yes.
be created. And I think that Cowfish kind of brings that to a very creative level
Yeah.
at City Walk. So there's a lot of really awesome options there. I'll let you say what the one I'm thinking about is.
Buffaloes and bacon.
Yeah, so good. You get that candied bacon, you get the bourbon in there.
Mm.
It's just a nice drink to just sit and kind of sip for a few minutes,
Yeah, no, it's my favorite. I will get that every single time I go there.
And I think it goes well with pretty much any food item you order here. Like my favorite, the What's Shaken tuna bacon. So Craig mentioned burgushi, which is the fusion of the burgers and the sushi. Then they do it the other way around. They only have one item left from the original menu because there were originally like 3 of these, but it's essentially tuna that is turned into a sandwich. So they compress the rice to make these like buns, and I just lost my place. It's seared, rare, blackened yellowfin tuna, applewood bacon, iceberg, lettuce, jalapenos, tomato salsa, slaw, and spicy mayo. Served between grilled spring roll wrappers, and the buns are filled with the canny and sushi rice. Served with house seasoned fries, or I always get the seaweed salad.
Yeah, and that is a great food item. It's one of my
$15.
favorites. I have gotten that on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
The number one thing that I have ordered here over and over again, I've talked about before, the jalapeno popper showstopper is probably my favorite, but
Is that a roll? That's a sushi roll, right?
no, that's a burger.
Oh, that's a burger. Oh, that's the burger
it's-
you like that's spicy on spicy.
Yeah, it's jalapeno cream cheese with jalapeno bacon, fried jalapeno citrus aioli,
Jeez Louise.
fresh sliced jalapenos too. The sad part is though, it's just never hot enough. I
think
love.
something happened to you.
I know. I just burned all of my taste buds off.
Stuck your tongue in a outlet or something like that.
And, but yeah, so that's like one of the ones that I almost always will get if I can't decide what else I'm with. But that's what I would get every time if I was with Kylie. Mm-hmm. But if I wasn't with her now,
Oh, yeah,
I
I
am
know what you're gonna
officially
say.
sold on the Cowfish has officially left the building, which is a full pound beef burger
Insanity.
with peanut butter, and not just a little bit of peanut butter, like half a jar of peanut butter,
Coming out of the sides.
fried bananas, bacon on the baruch bun. And this thing is just massive. Coming like that, it's $17, but you can get it as a half pound with only one patty for $14. And then you got to do it with their sweet potato fries.
Oh, yeah,
they
they're
are
good sweet
excellent.
potato fries.
If you're looking to be healthier, get it with edamame on the side. But you know what? They make really good burgers here.
Yeah.
I cannot complain about them.
This burger is just like it sounds crazy, the peanut butter, the banana, but watch for this vlog that we did, we describe it quite a bit in there. It was an experience.
I've never had a bad burger here. The Borson bacon burger is excellent every time. The black truffle cheeseburger is always just
I do want to
heavenly.
throw out one of the burgushis I had recently too, which is the all-American bacon double cheeseburger, which is seasoned premium black Angus beef, yellow cheddar cheese, white cheddar cheese, and applewood bacon wrapped in soy paper and potato strings, and then flash fried, topped with dill picky, red onion, Roma tomato, and cowfish sauce. And this is one of those things where I ate it and I was like, we're gonna have to try and recreate this someday in our own kitchen. So future video ideas right there. But
agree.
Yeah.
So I believe we have one more in common before we part ways in terms of our best restaurants.
Yes.
And that is
Margaritaville.
Yes, Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. Just making sure.
I thought you were gonna say Bob Marley's Margaritaville.
No.
What's that new restaurant?
No.
But yeah, Margaritaville, and maybe it's the same item. I don't know.
I think it probably is.
Okay, because I think it was from when we dined there together.
Yeah.
Yeah, the volcano nachos. Yeah, $15.99.
Jinx.
Bitch poke. Oh yeah, Coke. Tortilla chips layered with chili, cheese, pico de gallo, fresh guacamole, sour cream, and jalapenos. But again, they're not just made like normally. You know the whole process. You remember.
Exactly.
Awesome
So with these nachos, the biggest complaint some people get when they go out and have nachos is that you get to the bottom and there's just none of the toppings on it. So what Margaritaville does is they will layer it as they go, and then they flip it over, and then they put toppings on again, so that way it has maximum coverage with the toppings. And you
don't get those desert areas where you're like, there's chip, but nothing touched the chip.
I've had this, I think, twice now in the past year, and both times it has literally been layered with every single chip.
Gosh, the photo that they have on their website, like, it's like that's what you're getting. It's not one of those like, oh, reality versus expectation. No. That's the reality.
It's the last time I got this. It was Kylie and I trying to share it because $15.99 is like, okay, well, we'll replace this with our dinner. We even had to leave half of it sitting there. I was just
going to say, there's a lot.
Yeah, and we got nothing else, just that and some drinks, and it was such a shame to let it go, but that's just how massive this is. And, you know, there's a lot of good stuff on the menu. I'm always a fan of the good old classic cheeseburger in paradise. Mm-hmm. No thrills with it, just your straight up cheeseburger. But these nachos are a reason enough to go to this.
Go get a margarita and have some nachos.
Yeah, and you know what? It's very touristy. You'll find this beaches, other places. I know it's not unique in that sense, but there is a reason it is all over the place, and it's for things like these nachos. Yeah. And the inside, yes, they do blare a lot of Jimmy Buffett music, and depending on when you're there might be a live band. Things can be loud, but it is a really fun environment. It actually relaxes me being in there, even though it is so loud. So I enjoy eating there regularly. So, Ryno, what's your last one that I agree with but is not on my list?
Bob Marley.
Yeah, man.
Taste of Freedom. Is that what it's called?
A tribute to freedom.
A tribute to freedom. The item I'm thinking of is Taste of Jamaica. But I was really surprised when we dined there recently. We if you remember, one of our recent episodes was all about this. I didn't expect much from this. It was kind of an accidental circumstance that we ended up going to dine here. And I was really, really impressed to the point where I was like, this is kind of like a hidden gem now for me. The thing I would probably recommend is a Taste of Jamaica, which is $14.95, and that's the tour of the island flavors featuring the veggie and a beef patty, a veggie patty and a beef patty, not veggie and beef patty, and jerk wings and yuca fries. I'm saying you have to go there and at least, if you get nothing else, get those jerk wings. I do not like meat on the bone, but these are like the best wings I have like ever had. So
yeah,
that's
the
what
wings.
I say. Just
the
get
wings
the
are my
meal, like what the meal is that you ordered.
Yeah, and
that was the jerk wings. But
yeah, when we just did that episode very recently, a very relaxing vibe. It's great that you can like sit outside while still sitting inside. It's off the beaten path, so it's usually never busy. But the food there is solid. I've only gone the one time still, so
Me too.
that's why I didn't add it to my list of my absolute favorites, because what if we go back and it's terrible?
Well,
all
I've
of a
only been
sudden?
to the one you're going to say is your favorite only once as well, too. Mm-hmm. So I can't.
Well, and I will just jump into that because it's one we haven't talked about in a while, but I still love Vivo Italian Kitchen. It is the Italian restaurant. It's perfect for all families to go in. I've gone there with Kylie as date nights every now and then, and it's very heavy Italian oriented. So I won't beat around the bush on that. Ryno's not a huge fan of Italian food, and that's why I don't think he
Like, I like it at my house, and I like when people make it for me, or I go and it's like a food that, like, if you're like, oh, we made this at our house. It's just, in my life, I feel like I've had too much spaghetti. So I don't want any more spaghetti. And I'm very picky. Oh, well, lasagna is probably my favorite food, but it's just one of those, like, I just always don't like how I feel when I leave a restaurant. However, an Italian restaurant. However, this place is an exception to that rule. None of the food felt very heavy to me.
And the prices on this place have kind of gone up a little bit. The pasta is still very fair in price, ranging from about $13 up to 18, 19-ish. So in my opinion, the pasta is all fresh made in-house.
Yeah.
Most of it, sorry. There's a couple things that they do not make in-house, but most of it is made in-house. So it's all fresh and high quality. It's like Olive Garden prices, but actually
so
good.
Much better than Olive Garden. Yeah, I won't go to Olive
So
Garden.
that's what I like about it. In different types,
maybe.
different types of pasta, that some of them that like are just you won't find at a normal place. So I remember the last time I went there with Pete, he freaked out because they had the amatriciani or amatriciana, something like that I've never seen on another, average Italian menu.
Yeah, he was very excited
But
about
he was
that.
so excited that it was on there. And so that plenty of good pasta, but then they also have a lot of fun entrees that are still, they range in price. There's some, if you're on the universal dining plan, you can actually get your money's worth with a couple of the meals here, because they'll go on to the upper end of the price, around $26, $27. Like my favorite thing to get here that is also the most expensive is the risotto. Short ribs, braised short ribs with the risotto, mushrooms, and asparagus all together. Very heavy, not your fun summer meal that you want, but it is just absolutely delicious. I've never had anything bad here. All the cocktails here are also wonderful. I see that they have lamb ragu on there. I don't remember that from the last time I was there, so now I will have to go get that because I have to eat lamb whenever it is available for me. But yeah, it's never let me down, and that's what's important.
Never gonna let you down.
And we got the singing in. I'm starting to get a sore throat because I didn't prepare with any water, so I won't be singing this episode. But yeah, so that is our list of our 6 favorite quick service dining options, as well as our 6 favorite table service options at Universal Orlando. So we will include links for more information about all of these restaurants in our show notes page at disunplug.com. We talk about it all the time. That's the home of our show notes page for this show and every other show that we have on the Dis Unplugged podcast network. So if you need more information, want to find out ways to contact us, that is the place to do it. So thank you very much, Ryno, for having this conversation. Thank you so much to everyone out there who watched or listened to it. Remember to go out and find us on Facebook as well as Twitter for more updates. Make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube as well as iTunes, and you're leaving all those comments, feedback, comments. We'll just shorten it to that. Comments, feedback, all that good stuff that we normally ask you to do. Continue to do that, please. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch and listen. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Dis Unplugged Universal Edition. We will be back with you again next week for another episode. And because I screwed this up, no resolutions this week. See ya.